Today, let's talk credit and how it applies to you when buying a home. But before we begin, I just want to clarify, I help people buy and sell real estate, not mortgages, and you should consult with your licensed mortgage lender regarding this information. Now, your credit score is not the only factor that comes into play when you're trying to qualify for a mortgage. So throughout this video, I'll quickly touch on some of those other considerations that are just as important as your credit. So to start off, the two main types of mortgages are typically conventional and FHA. So for conventional, these are mortgages that come from banks or other mortgage lenders that do not have any backing from the federal government. So that money that they're lending out, they're taking a much larger risk on, because if you're unable to pay back the loan, there is no insurance that's going to help them recover those losses. So with that being said, these loans are typically require a high credit score. Generally, the bottom credit score that you would need to have to qualify is around a 620. Now, that's just entry level to get your foot in the door. Of course, the higher your credit score, typically the better the interest rate. And if you get to a 720 or above credit score, this will give you the opportunity to get the best rates. Now, just as a heads up, the credit score used for the mortgage is slightly different than the credit score that you'll see on some free sites like Credit Karma or Experian. Typically, a mortgage FICO score is going to be a few points lower than the final score that you see on some of those free sites. So now you may know that there's more than one credit. And what I mean by that is there are 3 different major credit reporting agencies, and the scores that they have for you are all slightly different. So the 3 agencies being TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So what they're going to do is look at all the numbers and essentially just take out the highest score and the lowest score and use the score that's in the middle. Now, if you're getting a mortgage loan with another person, that means that they'll pull both your credit scores, and what they'll do is go through the exact same process and base it off the lower of the 2 scores. So now let's talk about FHA. So FHA loans, these loans are still given by banks and mortgage companies, but these loans are insured against losses by the Federal Housing Administration, otherwise known as FHA. So the FHA credit score minimum is about a 580 in most cases if you can put at least 3.5% down. Now, FHA loans will come with private mortgage insurance, so just keep that in mind because that's an additional cost. And the other factors that come into play when it comes to credit would be your work history, your monthly debt to income ratio, and any derogatory marks that may be on your credit report. So if you want more information on loans or how to apply for one, I recommend going to a bank, or I could help you with a referral. Now, I hope this information was helpful, and if you have any questions about the home buying process, please feel free to give me a call. And thank you for your time, and I will catch you on the next one.